Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia here with this week's Teen Mom Recap. This episode starts with Maci. Ryan is getting out of jail tomorrow, and Jen and Larry have asked Maci to let Bentley come over for the big ol' "my loser dad is out of jail, at least for now" party. Yay! She hasn't decided yet whether to let him over because, unlike Ryan, she actually cares about Bentley's opinion on it and she wants to ask him first. Anyway, she asks Bentley if he's okay with going to see Ryan, and he says yes, so she decides to let him go. Jen and Larry and Mackenzie are also preparing. His parents know not to ask Ryan too many questions when he comes back, which is good thinking because he won't answer them anyway. They're interested to hear his super crazy jail time stories, and they hope that he had time to think about what he did wrong. I'm sure he had a lot of time to think in between shankings and wreck time on the yard. Cheyenne's family has yet another party, this time a barbecue before Matt leaves town. I don't know how long between these episodes has gone on in real time, but it seems like she hasn't been with Matt too long, and already she's talking about having a kid with him. And it sounds like more so than wanting a kid with him, she kind of just wants another kid in general, while Ryder is too. Like that was a goal of hers, not just to have a kid with him, just she wanted a kid. Ideally, she wants to do it differently than the first time. She wants to be married or at least engaged. She's going on and on and on about it, and Matt is literally sitting right there, silent and not saying a damn word. He doesn't say too much about her baby plans, so he might find some mysteriously holy condoms in the future. But he does say that Cheyenne has been sending him ring suggestions. Slow down, new Maci. Don't need to beg for that proposal just yet. It's James' first birthday, and Amber invites everyone over to her house. It's just a regular party at her house, nothing like Cheyenne's Kardashian-level extravagant parties. Once again, just like when she announced her pregnancy at Leah's party a few years back, she now announces that she might be pregnant, making everything all about her once again. She announces to everyone that her period is 5 days late, and literally everyone looks terrified. Except Leah, who just looks so done. It's a possibility because Amber is not on birth control because she says you don't need that when you found a good man. She kisses Andrew and her entire family is completely dumbfounded. Every single reaction is priceless. Amber is such an idiot. A decade and she still has no logic when it comes to birth control. By the way, Amber, you might want to hold off on having another kid because you clearly don't think he's a good man when you're beating his ass while he's holding your kid to the point that he had to call 911. Actually text them because he was apparently so afraid to call. Yeah, that happened. Amber does not change. Kate wants Carly to have a relationship with her sisters. She's turning 10 soon, and it's a big deal. Unfortunately, Brandon and Teresa have been giving her the cold shoulder and not allowing visits for the past 2 years, or even answering any of her texts or calls. Kate calls their mutual adoption agent, Dawn, to try to arrange a meeting. Dawn says on the phone, "I need to be officially introduced to your lovely new offspring." Yeah, that's not creepy. Sounds like she's about to kidnap Veda and list her for sale as a famous celebrity baby on her adoption agency website. Maci talks to her mom, who makes a rare appearance on the show. Maci's worried that Jen and Larry will act like everything's normal when Ryan gets back, and won't encourage Ryan to apologize to Bentley. She knows Bentley will feel pressured to act like Ryan is his best friend and totally not an asshole, not a terrible person at all. Basically, she feels like Jen and Larry don't care about how Bentley feels about it, just that they continue to act like everything is picture perfect and no one dare confront Ryan. Which is why Ryan's been allowed to not suffer the consequences of any of his actions for so long. Both Maci and her mom know that Ryan is too old to give him the excuse that maybe he'll grow up and grow out of it. And they know that even if he does change, it won't be quick like Jen and Larry are expecting. Cheyenne hopes that Matt is more okay with her spending time with Cory than Zach ever was. Cory similarly likes Matt more than Zach for that same reason. He knows that she wants another kid soon, but is afraid of that for some reason. Almost like maybe he doesn't want Cheyenne, but he also doesn't want anyone else to have her and be that committed to her. Everyone leaves Amber's house from the party, kind of doing that socially acceptable fast walk where you're trying to escape a situation as quickly as possible without outright running. Apparently Leah was so pissed and or indifferent that she left without hugging Amber goodbye, and Gary has to remind her to go say bye to her own mom, like that weird aunt that your parent forces you to hug before you leave the family reunion. Later, Tanya, Amber's mom, voices her worry to Amber that Andrew wants her to have 6 kids or something. Amber's like, "Nah, Mom, don't worry. He actually only wants 4 kids. That's still about 5 more than you can handle, Amber." She says they want James to have siblings so he can talk about life to them. I don't know what they're talking about. James doesn't need siblings for that. Amber and him have about the same level of maturity right now. He can just talk to her about it. Tanya brings up marriage. While Amber was literally just talking like 5 minutes ago about having 3 more kids with Andrew, she is shocked that Tanya would dare bring up marriage. That's a huge commitment, Mom. But having kids isn't, I guess. Andrew says it's all about timing, and Amber says she doesn't know what that means. Yeah, clearly not. 1 week is enough to have a baby with someone, but 3 years and a kid isn't enough for marriage. That's the Amber way. Andrew wants to hit certain goals in life before they get married. Well, if one of his goals was to make sure that Amber wasn't going to beat his ass before he committed to her, I have some bad news. Dawn visits Kate and Tyler and suggests that they interact with Carly prior to an in-person meeting. They haven't sent Carly any cards or gifts for her birthday the past few years, to the point that they don't even know what she likes anymore or what she's interested in, which is kind of surprising to hear because they still celebrated with the cake and stuff for Nova on Carly's birthday. I think that when Teresa was ignoring Kate's texts and calls, it really scared Kate and Tyler. I think they were afraid that if they communicated in any way or even just mailed them a letter, Brandon and Teresa would get uncomfortable and then cut off contact completely. I don't think it's that they didn't care or anything like that. I think they were just kind of afraid to, because they didn't know how they were going to respond. Maci dropped Bentley off, and there's Ryan, he's back! MTV's white text on the black screen says that Ryan was not ready to discuss his time in jail. Outside, Jen says that he's having a hard time. He wasn't all excited to be back like she hoped he would be, and those jail time stories were more terrifying than funny. Ryan's friend in jail was stabbed 10 times, and someone he knew got beat up so bad that they had to go to the hospital. Ryan might even have PTSD from seeing things like that in jail, as Mackenzie said that she touched him and he recoiled even more than usual, and he was vibrating. For Carly's 10th birthday, Kate decides to make her a scrapbook like she did for her first birthday. While the family is talking about gifts, Kate says she'll buy her brother condoms for his 13th birthday. Her brother says he just stays in his room all the time, so he doesn't need them, and what's he gonna do with that? Maybe she should just buy him some lotion and tissues instead. Kate then announces that she herself started having sex at 14. Just what every brother wants to hear from his sister. Cory visits and heads straight to Ryder to give her a hug. Cheyenne says, jokingly, "Wow, you don't care about me?" No. He talks more in depth with Matt, who reveals that he graduated from Howard University and he grew up poor, so Cheyenne's spoiled lifestyle is kind of a culture shock to him. He's moving to the area in about June. He doesn't know the timeline of having kids, but he does know that they want a boy. Amber starts her next scene by saying, "We have a lot to accomplish before we want another baby, so I'm taking a pregnancy test." A little late for that, don't you think? How about, "We have a lot to accomplish, so I'm getting on birth control." Anyway, as anyone could have guessed, she's not pregnant. Obviously, if she was, we would have heard it about 20 times by now. She says her not being on birth control just shows how much she loves him. Huh, really? That's how we're showing affection nowadays? Amber says that if he does do a marriage proposal, she wants it to be a surprise, much like all of her pregnancies, I guess. Maci is worried about Bentley. She's done trying to help Ryan's grown ass. She's sick of Jen and Larry acting like jail was an obstacle to him being a parent because he's always been horrible before all that. Bentley was always an A and B student, but the week that Ryan was arrested, he failed every single assignment. That's so sad. You can tell it's really affecting Bentley, and Ryan's whole side of the family is more concerned about Ryan's comfort and it looking good than taking this seriously. Maci thinks he needs to apologize to Bentley, but he shouldn't have to be told to do so. Cory and Cheyenne talk again. She reveals that if Matt moves over, it won't be into the same house as her, and she admits that she shouldn't be talking about babies with him if they haven't even said "I love you" yet. Cory hasn't even said that to Taylor, and he says the only person he loves is Ryder. Cheyenne is legit over there waving her arms like, pick me, what about me? I'm disguising this as playful, but if you actually said that you loved me, I would leave Matt before his plane took off. Cory says, I just have to deal with you. How romantic. What a great mutual respect and friendship. Kate makes the scrapbook while she's in full glam makeup and hair curled for some reason. She thinks maybe she was meant to have the miscarriage because it pushed her to dig deeper on things that she didn't in the past. She realizes now that the adoption was traumatic and she would love the chance to explain to Carly how much they love her. And that's all for this episode of Team Mom OG. Do you think Kate and Tyler should be allowed to see Carly, and why do you think they didn't send Carly any birthday cards for so long? Do you think Ryan's parents are in denial and not making Ryan take responsibility for his actions? Leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe for Team Mom recaps every week.